You are the obstacle. You say you want truth. You say you want freedom. You say you want realization. But I ask you, do you truly want it, or do you only want another experience for the mind to collect? You speak about awakening while continuously escaping from the only thing that is real. You move away from yourself every moment. You move into thought. You move into imagination. You move into memory. You move into fear. You move into becoming. And then you say, I cannot find truth. How will you find truth while running away from the one fact that never leaves you? The only thing certain in your experience is that you are. Before every thought, before every identity, before every conclusion, there is first the simple sense, I am. Not verbally, not intellectually, directly. You already know it. You cannot not know it. The problem is not that you do not know the I am. The problem is that you are trying to understand it as an object. That is why you miss it. You want to look at it the way you look at a chair, a thought, a sensation, a philosophy. But the I am is not an object among objects. It is the fact that you exist. Do you understand? The one who is searching is itself appearing within the I am. Even your confusion appears within it. Even your doubt appears within it. Even your spiritual seeking appears within it. But you ignore the screen and become fascinated by the moving pictures. Before you say, I am unhappy, I am confused, I am spiritual, I am this body, I am progressing, I am failing. There is first the simple sense, I am. Remain there, not in the words, not in repetition, not in mental chanting. Remain with the naked sense of existing. This is so simple that the mind rejects it. The mind wants complexity. The mind wants systems. The mind wants methods. The mind wants visions. The mind wants achievement. The mind says, surely realization cannot be this simple. But truth is simple. Only illusion is complicated. Right now, forget spirituality. Forget philosophy. Forget enlightenment. Forget every teacher. Forget every book. Forget every conclusion you have collected. Without using memory, without using language, without referring to your personal story or your past, what are you? Answer this. Do you exist or do you not exist? Immediately, there is a silent recognition. Yes, if you say I'm not sure. Even to say, I am not sure, you must first be present to know the doubt. That immediate recognition is the I am, not the sentence, the feeling of being. It is before language, before intellect, before identity. You do not create it. You do not imagine it. You do not achieve it. It is already present. Even now, while listening to these words, it is present. You are not required to manufacture the sense of existence. It is already here before every effort. But the mind overlooks it because it is too ordinary. You expect fireworks. You expect mystical experiences. You expect cosmic visions. You expect dramatic transformation. And because the I am is quiet, open, simple, and immediate, the mind dismisses it. Truth is not hidden. Your attention is simply elsewhere. You are addicted to movement. The mind cannot remain still with simple being. Immediately it says, what next? How do I progress? How long will this take? Am I doing it correctly? Again, the movement away begins. You are continuously escaping into thought. Look carefully. The moment you rest as simple being, the mind becomes uncomfortable. It wants occupation. It wants identity. It wants psychological activity. Because the ego survives through movement. The I am has no drama, no story, no excitement, no personal importance. It simply is. And this simplicity threatens the entire structure of the person. That is why you avoid it. You say you want freedom, but you remain attached to suffering because suffering strengthens identity. Even misery becomes a form of self-definition. You love saying, my pain, my fear, my anxiety, my spiritual journey. always my. But before all these claims, there is first simple presence. The I am is not your name, your body, your personality, your mood, your thoughts, your body image, your emotions. These are things known. That which knows them cannot itself be one of them. Thoughts are known, emotions are known, sensations are known, the body is known. Even the idea I am this person is known. So I ask you, who is the knower? Remain there. Do not answer philosophically. Do not repeat teachings. Do not produce concepts. See directly. The I am is the knower presence before all appearances. It is the sense of existing before the mind creates a personal identity out of memory. And because you continuously identify with appearances, you suffer. You mistake passing phenomena for yourself. A thought appears and you say, I am thinking. An emotion appears and you say, I am depressed. Fear appears and you say, I am afraid. No, fear is appearing. Thought is appearing. Emotion is appearing. But the basic sense of being remains untouched. Clouds pass through the sky, but the sky itself is not damaged. Likewise, experiences pass through consciousness, but the presence knowing them remains unchanged. You must learn to distinguish between yourself and what appears before you. Right now, you are completely entangled in appearances. You believe every thought. You follow every emotion. You react to every mental movement. Then you ask why there is suffering. Suffering persists because identification persists. You have become hypnotized by the mind. Now try this directly. Close your eyes. Do not think. Do not visualize. Do not attempt concentration. Simply notice. You are present. You exist. Awareness is here. Before thought moves, before memory appears, before imagination begins, there is simple presence. That is the doorway. It is extremely ordinary, so ordinary that the mind overlooks it. The mind says, this cannot be it. Why? Because the mind wants an object. It wants a sensation, a vision, a state, a conclusion, an experience it can possess. But the I am is not something you perceive. It is that by which all perception is known. You cannot stand outside it and inspect it. You already are it. Understand this deeply. The seeker is searching for what is already present. The I cannot see itself as an object. Likewise, the I am cannot become an object of perception. And because the mind cannot grasp it, the mind becomes frustrated. Good. Let the mind become frustrated. Truth is not for the mind. The mind itself is appearing within consciousness. You ask, how do I stay in the I am? First, understand this. You do not hold the I am through force. You do not concentrate on it violently. You do not create tension. You simply stop leaving it. Right now, your attention continuously runs outward, into thought, into imagination, into memory, into anticipation, into self-concern. Staying in the I am means remaining prior to those movements. This is not difficult. Only habit makes it appear difficult. The habit of identification is ancient. For years, you have trained yourself to believe, I am this person. I am this body. I am these thoughts. I am these emotions. Now you are being asked to remain prior to all definitions. Naturally, the mind resists, but resistance itself is observed. So even resistance cannot be what you are. See this clearly. Now practically, first notice existence, not conceptually, directly, simply. I exist. Remain there. No words are necessary. Then do not add anything. Usually the mind immediately says, I am this person. I am suffering. I am progressing spiritually. I am failing. I am distracted. Ignore all additions. Remain only with being. Pure presence without qualification. This is the essential point. Not I am this. Not I am that. Only I am. Whenever thought appears, notice, thought is appearing to you. Whenever emotion appears, notice, emotion is appearing to you. Whenever fear appears, notice, fear is appearing to you. but the basic sense of being remains untouched. Return there again and again, not mechanically, not aggressively, naturally. The mind wants achievement. The I am requires only recognition. Initially, this may feel quiet, open, simple, uneventful, sometimes even boring. Why? Because the ego feeds on stimulation. The ego survives through narrative. The ego wants drama. The I am contains no drama. It does not tell a story about you. It does not support personal identity. It does not strengthen psychological importance. Therefore, the mind becomes restless. Do not follow the restlessness. Remain as the witnessing presence. Over time, if attention rests deeply in simple being, something begins to change. Thoughts lose authority. Emotions pass more quickly. Psychological suffering weakens. Inner space increases. Not because experience disappears. Experiences continue. Thoughts continue. Sensations continue. But identification loosens. You no longer become completely entangled in every appearance. There is distance. There is openness. There is silence behind the movement. Do not misunderstand. This is not suppression. I am not telling you to fight thought. I am not telling you to destroy the mind. I am not telling you to force silence. Thoughts can arise. Emotions can arise. Sensations can arise. The problem is not appearance. The problem is identification. A thought says, I am anxious. Immediately you believe it. Instead, see clearly. Anxiety is being perceived. That which perceives anxiety is not itself anxious. The screen is not burned by the movie. Likewise, awareness itself remains untouched. Now ask yourself, what is present before the next thought? Pause. Remain there. That gap is closer to the I am than all philosophy. The mind wants explanation. Truth requires observation. You have spent years collecting concepts. Yet a few seconds of direct seeing is worth more than endless intellectual discussion. Truth is experiential, not theoretical. You cannot think your way into reality. Thinking itself appears within consciousness. Even the thought, I understand this teaching, is only another appearance. Do not become proud of spiritual understanding. Spiritual identity is still identity. The ego can wear holy clothing. It says, I know Advaita. I understand non-duality. I have insight. Still the same person. Still the same identification. Remain prior even to spiritual knowledge. Simple being. Now listen carefully. Eventually you will discover that even the I am is temporary. In deep sleep, the sense I am disappears, yet something remains. But do not jump there intellectually. This is where many seekers deceive themselves. They hear, you are beyond the I am, and immediately turn it into philosophy. No, first stabilize in simple being. The I am is the bridge. Remain with it deeply. Know it intimately. Abide in it. Only then can the deeper truth reveal itself naturally. Without this foundation, everything becomes mental speculation. The mind always wants to skip ahead. It wants final conclusions without first remaining in direct experience. Again, this is escape. You ask, how long must I remain with the I am? Who is asking the question? The mind wants a timetable. The person wants achievement. Truth is not an achievement. You are not becoming reality. You are only ceasing to misidentify yourself. Reality is already present. You are like a man searching everywhere for his own feet. Stop searching outside. Turn attention toward the simple fact of being. Stay there, again and again, not as practice alone, but as understanding. The essence of this teaching is very simple. Not, how do I become free? But, what am I before thought says who I am? Remain there. Before identity. Before memory, before fear, before desire, before imagination. Remain with the naked sense, I am. Everything else comes and goes. That alone is constant. You do not need to create it. You do not need to improve it. You do not need to understand it intellectually. You only need to stop escaping from it.
The truth is already present. You are the one moving away.